This video is to show you how to use your assessments and the results to group small groups for flexible grouping instructions. So you're going to click on reports here in your dashboard, and this screen should show up. You will then click on the word dashboard here, and you'll see the different assessments you've given. And the most recent one is in the top left corner. And so you're going to drag that into this area, and it'll show you how your class did as a whole. Down at the bottom, you'll see different icons. This blue one is the one we're going to talk about mostly today. But there's this one here. And when you click on it, you'll see your entire student's results on how they did on that assessment. So I'm going to pause for a minute so I can cover up my students' names, but you're going to go ahead and click on that green button and it'll take you to your students' results. So this is what you should see is something with the list of all your students, and then you can see their percentages of their assessment, and you get a quick glance at who really needs some quick and immediate help and who is on their way to getting it, and who actually has mastered it, at least as far as this assessment says. So if once you're done looking at student results, you go back up to teacher dashboard, and it's going to take you back to that first screen that we saw with the graph and the blue bars. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Once again, you'll be back at this screen, and you'll this time go ahead and click on grouping students. So when we click on that, your next screen should show something that looks like this. You're going to go ahead and just stay on standards and click continue. When you do that, it'll show the different standards that were on that assessment. And when you hover over them, it'll show you what specific standard that was. When you click on all of them, it's going to give you just group students basically by how they did on the assessment. If you click on a few of them that maybe are of interest for intervention for you, then you can, it'll sort them in a more specific manner. So if I want to know how my students did on main purpose, including what the author wants to answer and explain or describe, I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And the second one shows how they did on their phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. So, and down here, you'll look and see that you can have the option for having multiple groups, large groups or fewer groups. You probably want more than 3. So we currently work with 5 groups in our classroom. You can use it by points scored, and that's weighted so that some are worth more than others, or you can just go by pure percentile. We're going to go by points scored, and you'll click on this blue icon here, create groups. I'm going to pause for a minute so that I can hide my students' names again. And so this some screen like this might show up, and when you look at it, you can see here I have 5 groups, but here is a group of 1 student. So I don't want to have a group of 1 student. So I would probably include him in one of these other 2 groups and have a group of 4. I might even change it to 6 groups over here just to see where he would break it up into. You can see that this standard here, it was probably a 1 question standard, and so that either students got it or they didn't get it. There's no in between. But over here, there's a wide range of results, and so I might just go ahead and focus on that one in particular for grouping them this next time. Once you've taken a look at how your groups lay out, you can make decisions based on that. And then you're going to go back over here once again to teacher dashboard, and we'll take a look at one last icon that'll show some different results. So we're back at this main page here, and now we're going to go ahead and click on the red icon, which will give us a class diagnostic. And I'm going to pause once again to hide names. Actually, I don't need to hide names, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this red icon here. And you're going to have to choose, why isn't that showing up? Oh, there we go. You're going to have to select your class. I don't know why that didn't show up first. So what this does is lets you look at where your class did on specific standards, and it will give you kind of an accuracy of that assessment in that there were 5 items on the test that assessed this particular standard. And so that's a pretty good idea that the class as a whole is getting it. If I want to look and see if there were, just look at the other standards, I'm going to drop this down to just at least one item on the test showing that. And you see several test items only had one assessment on that. And so based on that one particular question, only 54 of my class got that. But I probably do want to go ahead and do a quick mini lesson on and continue to work on the purpose of the text and what the author wants to explain. I could also go take a look at that test item itself and decide, is it the way the question was worded that they're not getting this, what tripped them up on that. But at least it gives me an idea of where my students might need help next. So once again, we'll go back to Teacher Dashboard, and that's pretty much the, what this offers for you. I hope that was helpful. If you have a question, give me a call or text me, and I'd be happy to help you out in any other way.